What we're doing today is we are making a welding table. Now, the welding table that we're making is a hobby shop welding table. This is all you need when it comes to having a welding table, possibly in your garage at home. We don't need giant exotic welding tables. We don't need fabrication centers with, you know, shelves underneath and 4 feet wide, 8 feet long, and all this other stuff. What we're trying to do here, folks, is we're trying to make a welding table that is functional and that we can use when we need one.
Welcome to D.I.Y. Automotive School with my friend Pete and Minnie, the body shop girl. It's everything you need to know about cars and more.
So what we're looking at, guys, is we're looking at a 2x4. That's 2 feet this way and 4 feet that way. It's a 2x4 welding table. Now what I've already done, I'm going to show you, is I went ahead and measured in 1 inch on every corner. Now the thickness of this steel is 1/4 inch. Let's make sure, it might be 3/16. Okay, so it's 3/16, I'm sorry. Just shy, a 16 shy of 1/4 inch plate steel. And I'm going to tell you right now, for a hobby shop, do-it-yourself welding table, this is all you're going to need, people. If someone tells you that you need this big exotic welding table, tell them they're liars. My friend Pete said so. And just to let you in on a little secret, this is my welding table right here. I don't even believe this is a 2x4. I'm sorry, I'm getting my tape measure out here, people. This is actually 22 inches. Okay, 22 inches by 41. So this isn't even a 2x4 table. And that's all I've used for 35 years. So the first thing we're going to do, remember I told you I measured in 1 inch all around every corner. That way what's going to happen is there's going to be a 1 inch lip all the way around. And the next thing I want to do, I want to go ahead and measure on the inside of the 1 inch line. And that's going to be 22 and 3/8. So I'm going to go here, 22 and 3/8 times 2. And then I'm going to come over here and I will measure the same deal this way. And that's going to be 46 and 7/8. So what I'm going to use is some 3-inch C-channel. And this is called red iron. And the reason they call it red iron is because it is painted red. This is the type of metal that they use when they build metal buildings. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to take all of our red iron, and then we're going to weld that to the bottom of our welding table. All right, now now that we have our frame welded to the plate steel, we know that it is flat and straight and perfect. What I did is I took my my vice grip C-channel locks, my vice grip, and I clamped that down, one here, and what that did, if there was a warpage in the table, it would straighten it out, and then I welded everything together. Now, he said that he wanted his table to be approximately 36 inches from the ground up. He's kind of a short guy. If it was my table, I'd make it a little higher, but to be honest with you, the table that I have is 37.5 inches. Okay, I got the table made, but what I'm doing here, I'm going to put a couple shelves on it. So what I got here, I got an old roll-around, and this just happens to be a snap-on roll-around cart, but it's rotted. One of my dogs actually pissed all over it. The wheels don't work properly, and I mean, it's just not really worth keeping anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, and I'm going to incorporate it into my welding table that I'm making for my neighbor. And then he'll have a couple shelves to throw his grinders in, his welding supplies, and possibly wire this, that, and the other. This used to be my body shop tool cart. This is where I kept all my body shop tools on. Is on this cart right here. I bought this from Snap-on many, many years ago. And I think I got my use out of it. I never use it no more. So I might as well go ahead and let my neighbor have it. Now, if you look at this thing, you can see one's shorter than the other. So what I'll do is I'll take that shelf off, and then I will flip these upside down, and then I'll go ahead and take the top shelf, I'll spot weld it onto this thing, so this is flat, and then we'll go ahead and figure out where we're going to want that bottom shelf, and then we'll go ahead and weld it to the welding table itself. All right, I got the first shelf on. Let's go ahead and add the second shelf. What I did is I unbolted it, you saw that, and then I lowered it down. This one actually, this bar right here was actually longer, so it was kind of offset, so I evened them all out. I got the top shelf welded. Let's get the bottom one on there. And hopefully we're going to cut these legs off, mount this thing on our table, and it's going to be a badass little DIY action for your garage at home.
Now's the time that you want to hit the subscribe button, click on that bell for notifications, and comment below. Because if you don't, this big blob of Mondo is going to be inside your bed covers tonight when you crawl in there, and it's going to get in places that we really don't want to talk about right now. Do, my friend, pay the favor and subscribe. Now, do it, or that Mondo's going to do you.
The hell is this? Okay, here we go. Wow. All right. It's a tight fit, people. Tight fit. So what happened is we got 9 inches here, and the way I measured it out, we got 9 inches here. So it's a 9er. Worked out really nice. because I got to get my hand under there. This thing weighs about 150 pounds, people. Very, very heavy. Oh, man. Whew. And there you go, guys. There's your little homemade welding table. That took less than 3 hours, I would say. Is it perfect? No. Will it work? Yes. I think that this welding table will last years and years and years. We got some nice shelf action going on there. And it's a sturdy situation. I got to put wheels on it tomorrow morning. So we're going to get a final look at it then. I'm going to go ahead and cut these corners off so they're not sharp. And I think our do-it-yourself home hobby shop garage welding table is on its roll downhill. Well, the welding table is done, and it came out awesome. I went ahead and rounded the corners off. You see that? I went ahead and added a 4-inch vise. I had it laying around, thought I'd go ahead and put it on there. Greased it up. See where I greased it in there. So that's working. It's nice. I like it. The reason I like this vise is it's also got a pipe clamp built into it. So it's actually a really nice vise. I went ahead and added the shelves to it. You can see that. That came out really nice. We got our bar on here for our seat clamps and our vice grips. It's a sturdy table. It's an awesome table. And I think it's a table that's going to last a lifetime for our buddy Tom when he brings it up to Idaho. I did take a grinder, 7-inch grinder with 36 grit, and I polished the top of the table. That's something that you should do to your welding table. And then you take some air tool oil, just like that stuff right there, and you go ahead and work it into the metal with a red Scotch-Brite. And then you have a nice, clean welding table that you can use for many hours and make many things. Yesterday when I was welding the chrome legs to the shelves, I took a big deep breath of the smoke coming off that, and it got my throat. Always remember, when you're welding, be safe and use one of these right here, or you're going to be talking like I am for several days. This is Pete, my friend Pete, your friend Pete, making DIY, do-it-yourself, home garage welding tables under 4 hours, minimal cost. I think the thing that cost the most is probably this 3/16 plate steel. But other than that, it went together really quick. I had the old cart laying around, decided what the hell, I'll go ahead and throw that under there. The reason I put it over to the side is he said he doesn't want the wheels on it. It's going to be sitting in one area, and he said it's just the right height for him like it is. And he can go ahead and stuff in there. Maybe a trash can, or possibly if he wants to put some metal pieces in there, lean it in there. And, you know, he can always add to it. If he needs to add some hangers to it or something that he needs, he can always add to the legs or to the table itself. This is Pete, my friend Pete, your friend Pete, making a welding table for a neighbor and being the good Samaritan that I am. Right now, I got to get back in the paint booth. I'm in the middle of painting a 1968 Camaro Mustang. I'm sorry, a 1968 Mustang convertible. And I got 2 more coats of clear to put on that bitch. Talk to you later.
Thanks for watching D.I.Y. D.I.Y. Automotive School. Classes don't stop till you know everything.